is Holly dead. Is the tag team wrestling come easy to you? Is that something you adjusted to easily? Because I know a lot of people start as a singles wrestler, and there's a little bit of an adjustment period when it comes to becoming a tag team.
Well, I was just answering that question for Diva Dirt because they asked me the same. It is. I mean, once you get along and you start like knowing the person, it comes easy. Like, I'm a very strong-willed person. She's strong-willed. So when like we fight like we're married, you know, when we're like putting matches together, but you know, once you get to know each other, like you know what you guys gonna do. Like you see each other, you know, it's easier. You know, it becomes natural. So a lot of our stuff is like natural chemistry. So we just feed off each other. So it's fun. It's fun when we're in the ring, especially when you gotta like remember stuff and you don't remember. Just look at the person. They're like, do this, and I was like, oh yeah. So it's like it's much easier. Traveling together has been like really fun, and that part is easy. The part that is hard is getting to find other two women to like face us. So there's not a lot of female tag teams out there, you know. So that's what has been hard. That's probably why we'd wrestled so many men in the last couple months. And I mean, which I'm not complaining, but that's like the most difficult part, you know, finding people to like fight us.
Well, that kind of leads me to Lucha Underground. Lucha Underground is famous for their modern day camera work, their intergender matches. It doesn't seem like you always need to find a female opponent. Tell me a little about Lucha Underground, how that came about, and what that experience is like compared to anything else you wrestled in before.
Well, definitely Lucha Underground was a parachute for my career in another aspect, especially in the lucha community. It came about after we were doing a show in Los Angeles for Stardom USA. They came and they were scouting, and for some reason they picked me, you know. So it was Chris Joseph, which the funny part is, like, back then I didn't know who Chris Joseph was. So he came and approached me, and I was just like, because I didn't watch wrestling again, when he came and approached me, I thought he was just like a producer and, you know, somebody from LA because there's so many famous people. So he came, talked to me and everything, and he gave me his card. I didn't make nothing out of it, you know. Then Eric Van Wagen gave me his card the next day, and I was like, oh shit, this is real. Then I called them. We had a conversation. Then 3 weeks after, they sent me the contract, and I was signed for Lucha Underground. That's how it was.
That's a big accomplishment. I know there are a lot of people, vying for that position now. Do you think the Lucha Underground spotlight propelled you to number 43 in the PWI Top 50? Because being in the PWI Top 50, that's big news for anybody.
Yeah, I think they already had eyes on me. So I've been making a name on my own. I mean, definitely having Lucha Underground on my resume just established me more as a legitimate fighter or competitor or whatever you want to call it. But in the indies, my husband and we have worked so hard to make sure that we continue to establish the brand of Rosa as a competitor, as somebody that can wrestle anybody, and in my first year, I was able to go to Japan. I was able to go to Mexico. I earned some gold, and I think a lot of it has to do with all the work that I've done, in the indies too. But yeah, having Lucha Underground, that's gonna help me. Like I said.
Now, wrestling in Japan and Mexico, am I hearing this right? This year you're going to be going to Europe as well. I'm going to be applying your craft over there in front of a different crowd, maybe one that's not been able to see you before.
Can you repeat that question again?
Yeah, sure. You said you wrestled in Japan, you wrestled in Mexico. You're going to be going to Europe this year, correct? And going to be wrestling in front of some people that maybe have not been able to see you before.
Yes, I'm going in September, the whole month of September. I'm going to be going to London, Spain, Scotland, and Germany. And I'm really excited. And again, I'm excited not only because I'm gonna show what Thunder Rosa does, but also because people are eager to like know more about Cobra Moon. And right now, because of Lucha Underground, people are really excited about me coming and talking to me about Cobra Moon. So it's like a double dipping thing. So I'm excited to show my in-ring abilities, and I'm also excited to perhaps make some good money selling merch.
Of course, it's all about the merch. And now your style, I mean, in the ring, you are a very hard-hitting, very physical style. That's something that, like you said, especially in England, I think that's going to translate incredibly well to the UK crowd. They have that kind of UK strong style. So I think it'll be interesting to see how well you're received when you bring, the American strong style, if you will, with the Lucha Libre style. That's something that's going to be very interesting.
I hope so. And I work Europe. I think I work the Owens, Stolen competitors, and I think I will be working with them again. And I'm going to be working with some of my friends from Japan in the show in Barcelona. And I think, I like working, that style, the Japanese style, hard hitting. So it's gonna be interesting. I mean, I don't know. I adapt pretty well to like any style, and I think that shows with a lot of the people that I have worked with, because I don't come in with an attitude of where like you have to work how I work. It's like, let's work and let's meet in the middle, because that's important. You don't want to make the other person look bad, and you don't want to have shitty matches. Sorry for my language, but that's important to me. I mean, I had bad matches, but I'm like, I always like I know that I can, even when I have good matches, I know there's a lot of room for improvement. And I've only been in the business for two and I don't know, like a couple months, more than 10 months. And I have a lot to learn, and I still have a lot to like work on. And I'm not on my prime yet, so it's like I keep that in the back of my mind all the time. I always try to do my best. I'm not gonna lie. Always try to do my best, and I always try to bring the best out of my opponents. But this Europe tour, I'm really excited because I'm gonna get to train in Europe and see like the difference, and then bring that back when I come back home.
Yeah, and I think that kind of experience is only going to add to your game. And like you said, it's so important to be able to adapt to other styles. And when you step in the ring, people go on YouTube and they look up Thunder Rosa, they're going to see, a plethora of different matches, and much to your credit, no two matches are the same. And I think that stands to, how malleable you are and how easy it is for you to adapt to your opponent. Like you said, meet halfway in the middle. I think that's awesome. It's really enjoyable to watch. Now, you talked about going to Europe, so you've only been in the business almost 3 years. What do we have, maybe a 5-year plan, or what do what's left for you? Where's somewhere you want to see yourself in maybe 5 years?
Well, definitely I want to earn more gold. Like I'm like lately I've been collecting a lot of gold. My goal, actually my sister Holiday was asking me this question earlier, and I was telling her that I want to be one of the most Latina female wrestlers in the business that have not been signed in WWE. That's my goal. And if that means like we make Sabotage one of the top women or intergender companies in the United States and in the world, that's want to be one of my goals, and also I don't know, man, like travel to Australia. I want to go to Australia. I want to go to Latin America, like South America, to wrestle. And what else? I want to start a couple of business that have to do with wrestling, but I can't really talk about it until I have a bigger plan, or like plan it out. But those are like things that I have in my head. And I really, like I said, my goal is I want to leave a legacy as a born and raised Mexican wrestler that came to the United States and made a legacy, left a legacy in this business without having a big company, backing her up. That's my goal.
Right, kind of like the ECW Ring of Honor, like the ECW and the Ring of Honor mindset, where you want to be the best in the world without having that machine behind you, and I think that's awesome, kind of against the grain, and I think a lot of people can easily get behind that. Now, talk to us about this 8/16 Sabotage show you have coming up I'm sorry, 85. Something's Gotta Give. The War of the Genders. Can you explain what's going to be going on there for me?
Well, it's an all intergender show that will be in Imperial Beach, California on August 5th. Before the show starts, we have this like thing that we started on our second show, and it's a talent show, variety show. But this one will be different because Donovan Toy was just our general manager, and Joey will be hosting it, and I think there's gonna be a winner. It's like they have all this like elaborate stuff going on. So there we got to show a different part of our entertainment skills. So a lot of our girls and guys are gonna be participating. So that's like one of the coolest parts of our show. The fans love it because especially if they buy VIP tickets. We don't have VIP tickets. We only have front row and general admission. They get to see that. So they get there like an hour earlier, and they get to be entertained before we start killing each other in the ring. So we have different matches. We have tag matches and single matches, and they're all intergender. And I think this will be the very first ever intergender show on the West Coast. So we're really excited about that because we're like trying to break ground on different things that are being done here in California. So for me, I am facing one of the veterans in California. His name is Rosa, who is a member of Hate. He is pretty brutal, so I'm expecting to have a pretty hard-hitting match, and I hope I can come out alive and win and as a winner. Because all my family is gonna be there. So other than that, we have Mariachi Loco and Holiday, and that's a match that a lot of people are waiting for because they've been like cutting promos back and forth and doing all this fun stuff. So that's gonna be a very interesting match. And then we have our champion going against another champion of that promotion, the FCW, which is Delilah Doom. And Delilah Doom has been like lately her name is growing and she's very popular. So that's gonna be a very interesting match. So yeah, we're really, really excited for this show. It's in my hometown. I used to live in San Diego, and we're bringing that to our hometown. And like I said, it's like the first ever intergender show, and we're very, very excited about it.
That's awesome. That's definitely something to be proud of, and I wish you nothing but the best of luck on that. I hope that show goes great. And I want to let you know I'm on ProWrestlingTees.com under Thunder Rosa, and I got to tell you, you have two of the most badass T-shirt designs I've ever seen. The Golden State Warriors one is awesome.
Oh, they love that shirt. I mean, I know that they hate the Warriors. The Warriors. A lot of people hate it, but yeah, everybody's asking me for that shirt. It's like, you don't have that shirt in? And I was like, no, it's only on Pro Wrestling Tees. I like to have like exclusivity on certain stuff, and like the stuff that I sell on the shows is just on the shows, and the stuff that are on Pro Wrestling Tees is only on Pro Wrestling Tees. So, and it helps that the Warriors won, so I've been selling some of those pretty good.
Definitely. And listen, if anybody's listening to this, go to ProWrestlingTees.com, look under Thunder Rosa, and buy the Golden State Warriors tee. And, the Unstoppable Thunder Rosa shirt, too. These are awesome designs. So now, all your fans that are listening to the show, where can we keep up with you? Where can we follow you? Tell us how to keep in touch.
You can keep in touch on my Twitter and Instagram. It's at Thunder Rosa 22, and on my Facebook page is Thunder Rosa 2. I should be uploading more videos on YouTube and on my website, which is Thunder Rosa 22 for YouTube, and unstoppabletr.com. That's my website. So those are the places that you can find me.
That is awesome. Well, we really appreciate your time. Best of luck with the Something's Gotta Give show. And over in Europe, we'd love to touch base with you again once you get back. Let us know how it was. And again, everybody check out Thunder Rosa, ProWrestlingTees.com, and pick up some merch.
Yes, guys, because that's how I'm raising money to stay in Europe for a month, selling all my merch.
Awesome. And we thank you again. We'd like to thank Thunder Rosa for stopping by the show. It was awesome. Great to talk to her. And again, if you want, go to youtube.com. Go to YouTube. Everybody's got a YouTube app.
www.youtube.com. That's what World Wide Web.
And Google whatever, Thunder Rosa, and look up her matches. She is.
I like to ask Jeeves personally when I need to find something on the internet.
I'm going to go search CompuServe. But no, seriously, I mean, this girl, for only being in the business, 3 years, what a great talent, unbelievable, awesome matches.